The next track event at 5 minutes, the second round heats of the 200 meters. 40 athletes have gone through, 5 heats, and the qualifying, the first 3 go through, plus the fastest loser from the 5 heats. John Regis in the center of that group. Now, in the center of our picture, he runs along with Linford Christie and Rotvis in this second round. All the 3 Britons qualified.
The barrel-chested John Regis, who may have taken up soccer like his cousin Cyril, but really discovered that he was, although a very fine soccer player, was just a little bit better, and John Isaacs got a hold of him and turned him into one of Britain's premier sprinters. But he has, I think David Coleman was saying earlier, he's pretty heavyweight. He has to watch his weight very carefully. He stacks it on, although he works very hard. But he's just one of those, like so many of us, if you eat a bread roll, it comes out in lumps. But this is second round, he won't forget. He's running against Carl Lewis. There's the lineup. Salmi of Algeria in lane 1, Jimmy Flemming in lane 2, Yamauchi of Japan in 3, John Regis, Great Britain, and then Enweani of Canada, the Danish-born Canadian. And then Carl Lewis in lane 6. Diarra of Malawi in 7. And Guilbe of Puerto Rico in lane 8. Carl Lewis. And at the center of attention wherever he goes, winning or losing. He really is the media man. And he's got his long jump to come in about an hour's time. They're still talking about that epic 100 meters where, as the Americans say, he was blown away by Big Ben. It really was an impressive victory. And Carl Lewis, tremendous athlete that he is, maybe the athlete of the decade. He's got 4 titles to defend here. So John Regis, still only 21. He's still a boy yet. The United Kingdom record holder, 20.18. That marvellous bronze medal in the World Championships where, well, I had him winning for 7/8 of the race. I really did. But there you can see there's a lot of him. It's not a bad shot of Big John. 21, what's he going to be like when he's full grown? So John goes in lane 4. Carl Lewis in lane 6. The first 3 qualify by right, plus just 1 other. And they're chasing an Olympic record that stands to Carl Lewis of 19.80. And I must say, the first rounds showed some very, very good sprinters at around 20.6, 20.7, easing up as they got to the tape. There's a very high standard here, and medals are going to be tough to come by. There they are on the far side of the stadium. 9, the Algerian Salmi. Ivory Coast, Jimmy Flemming. I beg his pardon, he's a Virgin ISV. That's Yamauchi of Japan, then John Regis, Belgrave Harrier and Great Britain. Enweani, would you believe he was born in Denmark? And he's a Canadian. Carl Lewis. Diarra, who's sprinted well here. Malawi did well in the 100 meters as well. And Guilbe of Puerto Rico. And the rain that threatened and, well, just splashed us a little bit, not too much, half an hour ago, has gone. The sun is out, the temperature's rising a bit, but it must be the coolest it's been in the stadium since we've been in the athletics finals. Carl Lewis. Pensive. energy to spare. Very finely tuned, isn't he? He really is. John Regis wearing those blue shorts in 4. Carl Lewis in 6. Lewis the last to get to his blocks. Well, John Regis said they were fast guns, and they are much faster than I expected. I thought they were going to slow down. And Carl Lewis into the crown of the bend going well, so too is John Regis. In between them, Enweani. Those three coming off the bend a little bit, and Yamauchi of Japan, but these three are coming away. Carl Lewis already putting the brakes on. John Regis going to take it all the way through with the Canadian. Enweani, and this side is Guilbe of Puerto Rico making the 4th man, but he'll have to wait for the watch. And 20.58 has rarely looked so casual. On his way to the long jump final, Carl Lewis cruises to 20.58. He's got just about an hour to go. John wants to see a replay of that. And he'll be quite pleased with what happens, because that was a bitter disappointment, what happened in the 100 meters. He knows he only has himself to blame, but coming off the bend well, holding it tightly, and he may well be called upon to do our 4x400 meters yet, because he's got terrific stamina as well as pace. Enweani comes through to take the 3rd place, and Carl Lewis just eases down. John, picture of study, and John Isaacs will be watching that as well. Look at the drive against those blocks. He nearly sent them hurtling away, and like all good sprinters, he really attacks for the first 50 meters before he even has a look round to see what's happening. He knows he's got to really blast off here, and he does, into the crowd of that bend. And only as he comes out of it can he take the luxury of looking around to see whether he can ease off, start to float, start to relax, start of thinking of picking up limp wrists rather than clutched hands. And here he is, into his smooth running. Regis running well. John Regis qualifying well.
So much more comfortable at 200 meters than 1, Ron.
Yes, his trouble is he was forced into so many 100 meters by his club and by Great Britain, because he was clearly the 2nd fastest man this year. But he never was the happy man over 100 meters as he looked there.